Shalom Akim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Good Stone Rule Well. This is Brother Nasha from DC Camp with another short lesson to edify the hopeful elect. And we're in the time of the Day of Atonement, one of those high and holy days that the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakadash appointed for us to observe. Alright, so I got Leviticus chapter 23. I'm going to start from verse 23. Okay. You know what? I'll go straight to the point. That's in verse 26. Alright. So we just finished the memorial blowing of trumpets. Now we are in the Day of Atonement. Okay. And it's one of those special high holy days that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai instructed us to keep, so that way we're able to move in a spiritual sense of mind, alright? Because our people are stuck in a carnal mindset, alright? They do not understand the reasons why the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai put this law, statutes, and commandments out there, alright, for our people. Alright, they've forgotten the ways of righteousness. Alright, they're out there chasing after Esau's doctrines, chasing after the vanity of this world. So I get straight to the point. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 26. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Kwakadash spake unto Meshach, saying, also on the 10th day of the 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. And then you look at the Day of Atonement, look it up. If you look at the interlinear, you could pull up if you've got a good internet connection. It's going to let you know it's Yawan Kapar. Alright. If you do have a good internet connection, I'm not online right now. Alright, so it's Yawan Kapar. Alright, and then it says Yawan means day and Kapar means atonement. Alright. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made of fire unto the Lord Yahweh Shema Shaba Shema Kodash. Alright, so we're in captivity, so there's no way you're gonna keep the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly. And Yahweh Shai has already set up himself as that offering, that sacrifice. Alright, so it's a beautiful thing, man, that we understand this law, statutes, commandments, so that we are able to move in a spiritual mindset, man, because it's hard being in captivity, man. It's annoying, it's frustrating, but you have the Holy Scriptures to keep your mind balanced, okay? Verse 28 now says, and ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your power. Alright? And that's exactly what we're looking forward to. Reconciliation with the Lord, the Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Kadash. Alright, we're looking for that mark of exemption to separate us from our enemies, which is two thoughts. Alright, two thoughts of our own people. Alright, we're seeking salvation from the Lord Yahweh Shai. Alright, for whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Alright, verse 31 now says, ye shall do no manner of work, it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. In all your dwellings it shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls. In the 9th day of the month, at even, from even to even, shall ye celebrate your Shabbat. Alright, so that's concerning the Day of Atonement, so that way we remember the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai of how his perfection reminds us of what we need to be. He's been the perfect example, and used his son Yahushai to to use as a template of how to proceed. All right, and it's a beautiful thing. You can't ignore the words of the Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, we're still in captivity. So you're not going to be able to keep the laws perfectly, but as long as you have faith, you're going to get the meaning of the laws. You're going to understand why the laws were put in place. All right, so just understand, you can't beat yourself over, with a big stick, putting yourself through unnecessary stress and worries. All right, you can't do everything perfectly. Just have faith in the Lord Yahweh Shai, that you understand the scriptures and you're able to apply it with wisdom. Okay, so I get another precept. It's going to be from the book of Baruch. All right, from the book of Baruch, chapter 2. All right, chapter 2, look at verse 30. And it says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves." And that's the point. That prophecy is being fulfilled right now. Men of the Lord across the four corners of the earth, they are waking up to who they are according to the Spirit of the Lord, the Abba Shim Shaba Shim Kwakadash. Alright, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they are waking up. Alright, they're realizing that they're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and they are accepting the gospel of the Lord Yahushai, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I give them an heart, and mind, and ears to hear. And that's it. It's not just a regular heart and regular ear. This is spiritual. Alright, your spiritual senses are going to be fine-tuned, alright, to accept this gospel. "And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name." Alright, the name Yahweh, that's the Father, and the Son Yahushai. Alright, and that's the beautiful thing about the Lord giving us a heart and a mind, a heart that's a mind, and the ears to hear. Alright, so it's a beautiful thing to understand the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai did not neglect his covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Alright, and you just have to understand we have to follow in the footsteps of our forefathers. Alright, they did not lose faith when they were in a position of difficulty. Alright, and I look into the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 25, and it says, "In the day of prosperity there's a forgetfulness of affliction. In the day of affliction there is no remembrance of prosperity." So that's how it is. You gotta understand the balance of the Lord's judgment. Our people, when they had those prosperous times during the time of King David and during the time of King Solomon, we took it for granted. And then the Lord afflicted us. The Most High put us through that ringer, put us through difficult times in the history of our nation. And our people became slaves to the other nations. We became tributaries, we became a spoil, became booties, all right? And that's one thing our people refuse to acknowledge, that we are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, all right? And the Lord Abba Shema Shai will let them know in these last days, all right? And they will not be able to gainsay or resist the gospel of the Lord Abba Shema Shai, all right? So I'll get another precept. It's going to be from the book of Baruch. Yep, from the book of Baruch, chapter 4. Alright, we just got to keep it simple. The scriptures is heavy, but at the same time, you got to have the unction to approach it, from a basic standpoint. You don't go in there thinking it's too difficult, alright? So this is Baruch chapter 4, verse 28. And it says, For it was your mind to go astray from the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Kodash, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. Alright, so when we're taking upon the name of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, you're thinking about how to get right, how to proceed with order, with structure, with righteousness and faith in these last days. On a daily basis. You're checking out brothers' videos, you're checking out prophecies, you're meditating on the scriptures. You're giving your mind to what the Lord Yahweh Shemashah requires of you. Alright, you're bending down your shoulders to take the yoke. Alright, which is to do the work of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah in sincerity and in truth. Alright, to accept the responsibility. Alright, to put your hand on the plow and get to work. Alright, and it's one of those things that you have to always keep in mind. That you need to accept the affliction that the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is bringing upon you. Alright, it's to purge you of your weaknesses, it's to sharpen your senses, it's to build you up in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, and then you look at the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 3, and it says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. So when you're in the lower state, you're able to examine yourself. You're sober-minded. When it means sorrow, doesn't mean negative energy. It means you're sober in the spirit. You're able to examine yourself. You're able to examine, the validity of the gospel and appreciate it for what it is, the words of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. Alright, you're able to appreciate the judgments of the Lord. You're able to appreciate the journeys that our forefathers had to embark on to receive the promises. You're able to appreciate the covenant of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. Alright, you appreciate the prophecies. There's so much you have to be thankful for in these last days, that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai has blessed you with this knowledge to see things for what they are. Alright, you're able to accept that the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is not carnal. Alright, it's not for you to go around living your life aimlessly. Alright, it gives your life sound doctrine, it gives your life a sound foundation, or a sound foundation that will last for eternity. And that's exactly what we're looking forward to in these last days. Okay, and the last precept that we get will be from the book of Matthew. Okay, Matthew chapter 6. Alright, verse 16 and all the way to 18. And it says, moreover, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites. Alright, you can't be an actor, you can't be faking the funk. Okay, you gotta be sincere all the way unto the end. You gotta have a contrite mind. Okay, of a sad countenance. Alright, you can't be pretending to be sad when you're afflicting your soul, man. Okay, meaning you have to examine yourself. Okay, moreover, when you fast, Matthew chapter 6 verse 16, moreover, when you fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance. Alright, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head and wash thy face. Alright, so you shouldn't be living your life, like the folks in this world seeking carnal glory, looking for the recognition of men, the approval of men. Alright, you can't live your life like that. You can't live your life according to the number of likes and subscription and subscribers on the videos. Alright, you gotta know how to operate from a standpoint of humility. Alright, from a standpoint of being sober, being discreet when you're doing the work of the Lord by Shema Shai. Verse 18, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret. Alright, that's how you need to operate in these last days. In fact, every single day, you can't open your mouth and be telling people your business. Okay, you gotta know how to do things the way the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai does his works. He doesn't brag out there in the open. He does things, that a lot of people do not even take into consideration. Alright? But unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Alright? So that's how it's supposed to be in your daily walk in this gospel. Alright? That you're able to understand that when you're doing your works, you don't do it to be seen of men. You don't do it to be making a merchandise of this truth. You don't do it for filthy lucre. Alright? You do it because you love the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and you're willing to obey him unto death or eternal life. Alright? So it doesn't matter what the world thinks. Alright? You should neglect their approval. You shouldn't be seeking their approval. You should be seeking their attention. Okay? You should be seeking the attention of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. Alright? You should give your mind to his words. Okay? And I get that quick precept is from the book of Sirach chapter 39. That's what I'm going to end on with. Alright, so the book of Sirach, the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 39, I'll start from verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, okay, when you look at, the book of Leviticus chapter 23, it tells about the high holy days, okay, the Passover, the Feast of Tabernacles, memorial blowing of trumpets, the Day of Atonement, alright. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High Yahweh, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, we seek out the wisdom of all the ancients, and be occupied in prophecies. And that's the point that I came. That's the point that I came. All right. So do not neglect the words of the Lord about Shema Shah. They're very profitable. All right. It's there to help you examine yourself and to improve. Okay. Just like a man that has a field, has an orchard, he has to go from tree to tree to prune it. Cut down, the certain sticks, that parts of the branches that you don't really need, trimming, so circulation could be better, so the tree could produce fruit. All right, that's what it boils down to. You're purging your mind of excess. All right, so that way you could devote your time to what's necessary. So hope you may edify Akim. We have to continue this journey with a sober mind, because at the end of the tunnel we're going to be rejoicing the kingdom when the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai blesses us with that crown, that salvation. That's what we're looking forward to. So Kal Hala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of God, Mr. who rule well, and the Akim out there on the highways and byways pushing this doctrine of life, the doctrine of salvation, the doctrine of repentance in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Just remember, you're afflicting your souls not for this world, but for the world to come, for the approval of the Lord Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash. Shalom.